That's it. So I can't really rate him off this season, so I'm going to leave that one there. But when you get back soon, brother, I expect levels. And I'm telling you, I expect levels. The same energy that Havertz gets, the same energy that Moreno was getting up front, the same energy Gyökeres is getting up front. You get the same energy, my brother. You've been at the club long enough now, okay? And you know how to play ball. What's going on, people? And welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, if you could like and subscribe, really helps the channel. But this video is going to be an Arsenal season review, the last, well, this season, of course. What am I talking about? It's going to be, you know, just a short review of what we've seen so far, what we expect, and things like that. So what you can expect from this video, we'll be looking at, the first thing we're going to be looking at is news and what the narratives that are being pushed at Arsenal. Then we're going to, you know, we'll be talking about injuries. We're going to be talking about player ratings over the season so far and what we expect from the club going forward, as well as, you know, how the club has changed over the past 6 months. This is going to be a broad sort of video. It's not going to be real in depth. It's just to, you know, cover all those little bases. But yeah, I think we'll start with these headlines, and it's not just headlines, the narratives that get pushed on Arsenal. And I know every kind of club goes for it, but with the social media game, they love the Arsenal way of things. Like you see Liverpool in turmoil, you see clubs going through things and they're not even spoke about. But we draw one game and it's like we've lost the Champions League final or something, or we got knocked out to Burnley in the first round, or it's ridiculous. But some of the things I want to talk about, and I've made a note of them over the season, of what people have tried to pick at Arsenal, because they can't pick at the football a lot. There's nothing to really dig at, you know, so they begin to target players and not really their performances. We've seen things about the way they look, the way they carry themselves, and let's just run through a couple. We'll start with the Gyökeres one, and he's had a couple already, and the first one is his weight. Like, we can't talk about his football because Arsenal are winning, and yeah, he wasn't scoring an awful lot, but let's try and attack this guy with something. So they talked about his weight, and I don't know if any of you guys have seen, if this guy takes his shirt off, your girlfriend's gone. Like, he is built like a brick shithouse. All right, let's stop playing games. He looks fat. What is that? All we've got? And then we move on to his hair. Oh, he's doing too many hair flicks. What does that have to do with anything? He's like, what are we doing here? Hair flicks. That's all you have to talk about on him. Yeah, look, you know, he doesn't look the best on the ball. His touch isn't the best and all that. That's boring. We all know. Oh, we're gonna attack him for some people have a tick. Like, and I'm not saying this is him. I'm just saying, this is why you can't attack people personally in this sort of football space, or even any sort of celebrity like that, because you don't know them. Certain people have ticks these days, and I'm not saying he's got one, but I'm just saying, bear this in mind. You can have a tick where people shake their leg a lot, you know, when you bounce your leg, or some people have a tick where they just constantly touch their hair or something like that. That's the way, but you're having a go at him for that. Like, what are we doing here? And then the last one is the way he runs. Not the way he runs with the ball. The way he runs is the problem. This guy's been attacked left, right, and center. Fair play. He's still going, injured at the minute, but we move. Yeah. So we'll move on from Rice. Rice is overrated, they say, but yet they compare him to every top midfielder in the world. Yeah. And it's just crazy to me. How are you comparing Caicedo and whoever else? Because he's a brilliant as well. Not they're brilliant as well. But how is he not as good as these players, even though he plays 6'8"? You know, if he's playing here, then I pick Caicedo. But if he's playing here, I pick Rice. Or what we doing? He's clearly not. He's clearly not overrated. Then is he? If you're putting him up against most top midfielders, he's clearly not overrated. And yet he gets into most squads, so he's overrated apparently. So weird one. Saka is not the same player. We know this Saka situation. We know this Saka agendas and some of those players of color in this country. People just like to run with it, so they can't attack the football, so they attack everything else around him. So apparently he's overrated. He's been performing at a high level for 3 seasons now, and it's only now people are starting to get onto his GA's not here, is it? He's been injured for so, like, in and out of the squad for the past, what I'm gonna say, 8 to 10 months. And yeah, everyone's compared to him, just like Rice. So if these top guys are getting compared with him, surely he's there or thereabouts. So, and for me, I'm going to say, I've said it already, Saka is world class. I don't care what anyone says, he is world class. A young man coming through, putting England on his back, gets criticism, yeah? Performs in it, other fans attack him like other fans do, and pundits are like, it's something else. The guy's still here, bruv. And I tell you what, I highly rate this young man. He is a role model, because the way he handles himself under such scrutiny and pressure is, for me, it's amazing for a young person, because a lot of young people would twist up and then they start moving mad. He isn't like that. And I love the guy. I love the guy. I think he's brilliant. He's been brilliant for my football club. Apparently there's talks that we might be offering him a new contract anyway. But you know, we know the Saka situation. He's overrated, but yet you compare Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, any other player that's a similar age. Yeah, let's not forget they're all very similar age, except for Cole. Cole is a bit younger, but yet Cole gets that pass to be in world class after having 1 season, and it was pretty much like half a season. So if this guy gets a free pass to be in world class, and he's had like 1 season, and yes, granted, he's been at Man City, he's won stuff at Man City. I'm gonna have to look up his medals at Man City, because I don't know if he actually got some, of course. But all of a sudden, the goalposts move when it's Saka. It's crazy to me. So he's world class, especially if you're calling Cole world class, especially if you're calling Foden world class. Even though Foden performed probably for about a season. Let's be real. And he's coming back in, which I rate. We got the World Cup. Keep chugging away, but not in the league, son, because Arsenal got to win this one. But why can't we criticize performances instead of going, it's everything else. He hasn't got this. He's not pleasing on the eye. Well, then that's down to a matter of opinion, then, isn't it? Like, I know world class is, but if you're saying he's not pleased on that, he might be pleased on someone else. So it's a nothing sort of comment, but people have to make them because it's Saka. They don't often make them when it's Foden. They don't often make them when it's Palmer, because they're scared to go, if he's got potential, he's going to put England on his back. Well, my man's been doing it for how many years? So please spare me that. Eze, the next one, Eze struggling at Arsenal. I kind of agree with this one. He is struggling, but it's a step up, right? And I think people forget this as well. I'm not saying a full preseason. He had his preseason. He was at Crystal Palace. He started the season, played games, so he was ready. His fitness was there. But my thing with Eze is he's in a whole new setup where it's not so counter-attacking. It's literally we play with the ball. We play through the lines. And we keep possession. And it's a little bit probably alien to him, making that massive step up, because no disrespect to Crystal Palace, they're only starting to move up the table. And when you're starting to play in 4 competitions, 3 times a week, let's see how long your squad lasts. And we Arsenal fans know that from the last couple of years. No squad depth, and then we kind of just falter, draws, loss. Standard. I think you just got to give him time, and it's going to take time, because not all, the only cogs that are really ticking at Arsenal is the defense, the goalie, and then it sort of gets less and less clicky as you move up the field. So I think the moment it all does, then you're going to see the best of him. Because for me, I do see that his body is kind of the way he's looking around a lot to, oh, am I in the right place? Should I be here? Should I be there? That's going to come with a couple of games, or it might just take one game where he just feels confident. But I think with me, Eze wants to be in the position to give us that goal scoring opportunity, putting someone in. Whereas maybe Ødegaard doesn't mind progressing the ball with a 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's move, and then I'll try and put a ball in. Eze looks for that one because he's used to that at Crystal Palace. Sa or big man up front, I forgot his name anyway. It was literally get to that sort of near halfway line, or if they're in their own half, he's looking at pinging that ball over the top and they're running in behind. There's not a lot of that at Arsenal, so you know I think he's struggling in that respect. But I don't mind what he's done. He's in a squad full of proven talents, and he's got to prove himself at the next level. And the biggest caveat of him, you've got to throw in there, he's playing more games now than ever before. And the level that he's playing at has risen. And we just got to hope he rises to that. And he's got us a couple of points this season already. The Man City game, the one where he scored earlier on in the season. We'll go through those results in a minute anyway. But the biggest caveat is he's playing in Champions League now. There is a massive jump, you know. It's not like he was playing Europa last season or anything like that. He's gone straight in. So ease off. Underrating Raya and what he actually brings to the Arsenal team. Oh, he's only got to stand behind it between the sticks, and the defense does everything for him. He is part of that defensive unit. If your goal, if you throw anyone in goal, okay, let's throw Onana in goal for Arsenal. Okay, so goals are going to go in, aren't they? So stop this weird sort of thing. The defensive unit counts the goalie as well. Okay, and as we've seen with United, after replacing Onana with Lanemans or whatever that goalie's name is, don't really know too much about him. All of a sudden, the defense is a bit more shored up. They're a bit more confident. They're oh, okay, I'm not looking over my shoulder seeing what this bozo's doing. Now I know he's a goalie and I've just got to defend. And that gives your defense confidence to then progress more and play better and not be caught in two minds. Oh, is a guy running through? Is the goalie going to come? No, I know what my goalie's going to do every time. He has had a couple of moments, but what goalie doesn't? But no, for me, he's not overrated. I reckon he's top 5 in the world. I don't. How can he be just like a nobody? He's won 2 golden gloves, 2 or 3 now, 2 golden gloves, sorry. And he's got the clean sheet record because he's part of that defensive unit. He is a massive part of that. So I'm not hearing any of that. Mikel Arteta will never win anything. Well, he's already won an FA Cup. And people are, if it was someone else's squad, whatever, all right? The fact is, winning leagues in Champions League isn't easy, nor is winning any of the domestics, and no disrespect to those. We should have still been cleaning up those. But I feel like Arsenal, not Arsenal fans maybe, but Arsenal as a club are trying to change their mindset for the last 20 plus years with no major, and all we've picked up is FA Cups and Emirates Cups. So we're progressing into this title challenging side, Champions League, latter stages, and hopefully winning these things. Yeah, because I don't mind winning an FA Cup every couple of years. Okay, that's cool. I want cups. I want cups because at the end of the day, that's what we want to see. Yeah, but I see this weird narrative where people try and go, oh, would you take an FA Cup in 10th? Would you take an FA Cup in 5th or 6th? And I'm like, no, I'm not even answering that stupid fucking question. Yeah, because no, the minimum I want to finish in the league, the minimum is 4th place. That is it. Yeah, that is it. None of this, oh, trade off. Would you trade your Champions League for an FA Cup? I mean, probably if we're there, if we're in the same position 10 years time. Yeah. But we're in such a critical position for the transition of our football club being taken seriously in Europe, being taken seriously in the league for the past 3 seasons. Yeah. So when I hear all this, like we're not gonna progress, we're not gonna win. It's like, do you not realize how hard it is? Look what City had to do in order to win their leagues. They've pulled in some of the best talents around the world. Yeah. And we were that close from winning. People call it bottling, but I'm sorry. This is I think this season is gonna really flick up, especially if Arsenal win the league. Yeah, because when you look at where we were before, and it could have been a downward spiral, but we've changed that around, and he is part of that. What I actually think the cog was missing was Berta, but we'll get into a bit of that later on, because if we have that guy in charge, he's not going to allow the club to go bare bones in half these seasons where City's squads, those couple of times that they smashed us for it, everyone would have said they were winning the league at the start of the season. So come the end of the season, like, it's no different. We were just there. And it's like, oh, you bottled the league. Bro, we had no strength in depth. Yeah? The players were on their asses. We couldn't hang. We couldn't even hang. We could barely scrape a draw against those sides. So competing with them week in, week out, with the pressure and everything, we were never there. We were only happy to be at the party. The second season comes. People go, oh, okay, I still predict Man City. So how are Arsenal bottling it? It's theirs to bottle. If it's theirs to win, and it's theirs, and you're putting their hands on the trophy, how's it ours to bottle? It's madness. Winning leagues isn't easy. You could argue last season was our turn. But the fact is, for me, if Berta was in last season, he makes a lot of these signings happen. And the strength in depth happens. And I think that's the key thing with Arsenal. Berta's come in and gone, okay, the way you play, your players do get run out a little bit. So we need a little bit more rotation in the squad and everything. I personally love Edu, but he wasn't doing the best job. And that shows at the club we wanted to be, in that sort of top 10 around the world. He wasn't performing like that and attracting these talents. So it's it's one of those. I'm not with it, and I know it's until he wins. He's already won something. So what are we talking about? We've changed our mindset from just cups to domestics to Champions League or a league, and we're right there every single time. We're not a yo-yo club, because I've seen it. You've seen it with Man United now. They're a little bit back now, okay, but a lot of these clubs would trade places with us. I guarantee you, a lot of them will go, oh no, I wouldn't because I won the FA Cup. Oh, shut up! You know you would. If you finished outside the top 4 and won an FA Cup or a Carling or whatever, the League Cup, you're trading places with Arsenal. You know you are. But anyway, I'm going too far into that. Mikel Arteta keeps getting it wrong, and yes, there has been some decisions that we all question, and yes, there has been times we think, oh, I could have done that, but that's all in hindsight, guys. If we win those, no one's talking about it. They're lauding him. But at the end of the day, some of these decisions sometimes we lost. Like we'll talk about the Liverpool game. We'll run through them all later on. But that game we played, that 3 in midfield, it worked. Let's be honest, it worked. It nullified them until Slot made that one change. Curtis in midfield started ticking, and then they started to have a bit more momentum. Then we made some substitutes, probably a bit late, and then they get a worldy free kick. I mean, and then he's being told, oh, you didn't go for it. You said, bro, if you're at Anfield, yeah, there has been some other occasions where it's been questioned. But I think he's trying to figure out his best squad without changing too much. And Now people are shutting their mouth because you see Arnie Slot struggling like mad. They were champions last season, but because he's trying to change too many things at once, because he thinks, oh, I got a good player. Oh, I don't think that. He's a better manager than me. But he's trying to change too many cogs at once, and what happens? It all falls apart. The confidence is gone. Everyone's balls have gone, sucked back into their body. It's done out here. So, and even Pep struggled at times. You think he's got it all ticking. He tries tinkering something, and they go and lose to Aston Villa or whoever else. And it's like, hold on a minute. He's not allowed to make these problems because they get highlighted like crazy, Arteta. But Pep, and I know he's a proven winner. I'm talking about on this season, and Klopp's won a league, okay? But you can see the struggles that managers go through, and they're all struggling. Top managers are struggling. So why is this double standard all of a sudden? Why is he's awful? He's whatever, man. Whatever. Next, I got a lot. We got, what was that? 20 minutes already, but we got a lot of editing because, yeah, we know why. Starting young players for Arsenal. And I've got no issue with this. But no way am I wanting my club to be a top club, yeah? And then I'm asking a 16-year-old boy to come on. I know this narrative, oh, if he's good enough, Yes. Is Dalman world class right now? No. Then I don't want to hear it. Let the boy grow. We've got enough in front of him, yeah, that have already signed the contract to start or play for Arsenal. If they're not good enough and Dalman's better, then yeah. But I have no problem with Max Dalman, even Wanyeri, some of the younger lads coming in, absolutely. But relying on them? We want to be a big club. We want to win things. And yet you're telling man, oh, you should be starting this. Bruv, they're not ready. Mentally, they're not ready. I don't care what you say. Because it's all right. Let's just say Arsenal fans, right? Because it's everyone telling you he's amazing, he's this, he's that, right? Then we start, because they want us to play him. Then we start him. He doesn't have the best, he might score a goal. Everyone's lauding him. The next game, hits a dud. Then everyone's like, oh, he didn't have the best game. And then the next game, even though we won, yeah, he didn't have the best game, but we won. Then the next game we lose, he starts, we lose. And then we're going, oh, can we have a go at this kid or not? Oh, he didn't have the best game though. Oh, if you're old enough, you can take it. So he was rubbish that game. No. And then you're on his back, that gets in his head, and you've destroyed a young talent before he's even started his career. Stop this agenda. Oh, if he's good enough here. No. Unless the kid is world class, like, it's undeniable. You cannot sit him on the bench. And I don't want to hear Arsenal Football Club starting 16-year-olds in like critical moments when we don't need to. These kids need the room to grow without this pressure. We know what this fan base is like. And then we know what the media and other fan bases are like. They can't wait to jump on him. You watch. If he has a bad spell, oh, I thought he was the best thing since sliced bread. No, look at him, he's awful. Yeah, we've seen it with Saka. We've seen it already. You destroy him before it even starts. When you're relying on a young, they're not men yet. And they're I'm not saying they're not there because they are smart. They're very footballing educated young men. But when I see this whole push for young kids to start for a team that's trying to push on, I'm not having it. As soon as you say that to me, I'm like, the conversation's done. Because unless that kiddie is world class, I don't want to know. But yeah, we digress. We move. But it's crazy to me. Wanyeri as well. And Wanyeri has been the proof for that. We did rely on him a bit too much last season, even though people will say, oh, we should have started him when Erdegaard was out. Bruv, he's not ready. You can see that. Yeah, he's a brilliant player. Because these players should only be utilised when the pressure isn't on so much. And then you increase the pressure on them. Okay, we expect a bit more. Okay, you're coming into a game where it's 0-0 instead of we're 1 or 2 up. Oh, you're coming into the game when we're 1-0 down. You can see how it affects them because the pressure they have to perform. They, especially in an attacking position. What's an attacking player got to do? Score. So the pressure's on for them to score or assist or create a goal scoring opportunity. And I'm not really on this. I want to protect these young players because if they are as good as we say they are, we want to keep hold of them and not Smith Rowe them, you know? So for me, relax the ball a little bit on that one. And Nwaneri has been the thing because no one's, is anyone calling for him? Is anyone? Even that Eze's been that bad. Is anyone really calling for him like they were last season? No, because we've all been shown, relax a little bit. He's good, but he needs to develop like all these young boys. Run it. Right, we move. The next one, Madueke is a bad sign for Arsenal, and that's Arsenal fans and the media. That's the media pushing the narrative and Arsenal fans lapping it up. Like, I remember having a conversation about Madueke and saying, like, the window's not over, you know. These are the signings that these players are already probably told Chelsea, I'm done. Let me out. Okay. And he's the first one through the door. And everyone jumps on him. Like, what are you doing? It's just a squad player. Relax. And then he's come in and he's done a good job. Not a lot of GA, but he's filled in for Saka. And he's an attacking threat. He draws players over to him because he's so quick and he can get round his man. And I was quite impressed. And yes, he was doing it at Chelsea. But I think he could become a good system player. And I already seen that because you could tell he's been told to drive towards the line and win a corner or try and do something. But get to that byline, right? Get to the corner flag. And if you win a corner, great. Set piece. If you put the ball in, cool. All right? So I know it's that about get off of him, yeah? And I know he's injured, and I know everyone is now. Everyone's apologizing all of a sudden. The meltdown was crazy. And it's like, the window's not even closed, guys. Have a go when the window's closed, yeah? Because you think Arsenal are really going to start listening to Arsenal fans over what they've seen the last 10 years. No, they know how to run the club. We don't know how to run nothing. We're just chatting online. Let's be honest. Yeah, but we can always question. Cool. Next one. Set piece FC. We can only score from set pieces. Hold on. Remember that? All last season? Start of this season? Oh, I ain't got nothing else. It's not sustainable. But now every motherfucker's doing it now. Oh, now it's okay. All of a sudden. Half the time, we're not even the top goal scorers from set pieces. I think it's Tottenham or Man United. I think in terms of what their goals have come from. And ours have been kind of a mixture. Whereas, like, I think Man United at one point, a lot of their goals came from set pieces. Tottenham the same. And it's like, and I know Thomas Frank, whatever, right? But why is it so? Because it's the Arsenal thing. I think when you see a headline or some rubbish come out online, it's got the Arsenal tax on it. It's always got the Arsenal tax on it. And we always got to pay that tax because it's a madness. It's like, okay, the set piece FC thing. It's like, okay, is the same thing applied for Tottenham? Nah, because no one wants to chat about Tottenham. Is the same thing applied to Man United? Nah, because it doesn't. We ain't worried about them in a minute. We know they're bad. Yeah, everyone's scoring from set pieces now, but yet when we were doing it, it's a problem. Yeah, so and I cannot believe we've seen clubs moving display boards. Sunderland, you do your thing. If that's what you got to do instead of playing football, hey, hats off to you. You had a good game, though. We had a good game. We play boring football. It's simple. Low blocks every week. What do you want? If we played, you know, like I think a couple of games ago, Sunderland, even though they did low block a little bit, they got at us because they wanted to play football, their football. They tried the old mind game thing with the boards. They got into us a little bit. They played what they wanted to, how they wanted to play. And for me, we are coming up against, look, I'm not complaining because that's how team, if that's how teams want to set up, that's on them to set up. I'm not hating. That's where you want to do your thing, you do your thing. But don't call us boring when we're the ones on the offensive. We're the ones pushing for a goal, moving the ball around. It's hard when there's 11 guys in the opposition's box. Like, you can't do a lot about it. Right, my laptop. Okay. Right, next thing. Another, this has gone on for way too long, but it's gonna be a long video anyway. I should have just done a live. Next thing, we're not sustainable, but we kind of talked about that, but we're still top of the league. I don't get this. We've been at the top for 3 seasons now. Not one, but we've been there and thereabouts. So it is sustainable. So what we chatting about? Tap your nose. And I think what it is with the Arsenal thing and these narratives that get pushed, you see it all the time. It's just easy to call Arsenal because we haven't won a major in 20 years, 20 plus years. It's just the easy and thing to say because it probably will happen. We won't win a major. We might pick up an FA Cup, whatever. Yeah. So it's the easy thing to go, Arsenal. Yeah. They haven't got it. They haven't got mentality. It's always just something. They don't actually believe what they're saying. They believe that Arsenal won't win anything, probably. But they don't believe what it's a mentality. It's not sustainable the way they play. I don't think they're as good as they are. It's nothing like universal. It's just a load of nonsense. They just go, when really it's just that simple. It's easy to call out Arsenal because we haven't won a major for 20 plus years. So it's the easy call for a pundit. It's not like great punditry to go, oh, Arsenal aren't going to win anything this season. And it's like, well, we know that because they haven't done it for 20 years, like the big ones. So it's just the easy one to just throw out there because no one likes to be wrong these days. So let's just chuck the Arsenal one out there because we know that one's not going to happen. Yeah? But this season's going to be different. You watch. And it's so funny because they go around anything but the football. They attack players on a personal level. They attack the manager on a personal. They attack the club on a personal. It's never about the football. There is some. It's never really about the football that's being played on the pitch, which is crazy to me. It's madness. But anyway, we digress. But it's funny because some Arsenal fans have adopted this thing online. I think, the AFTV, the online Arsenal fan at that point was just gold for a lot of fans, as well as Arsenal fans, But I think some have taken that and every season everyone has hopium. They always get, we might do something this season. I think we're going to be better this season. And then every season we've been let down. So it's twisted a lot of these, let's say, content creators or just some Arsenal fans, should we say. And then it's the fashionable thing to say now because the pundits say it and they're always right, that Arsenal are not going to win anything. We're not going to win anything. We're not good enough. And they pick at everything. I'd rather be over there. I'd rather say, no, we're not going to do anything all the time, be captain negative all the time. And that's up to you. That's what you want to do. That's absolutely fine. That's on you. But it just looks crazy to me when some of these narratives come out and they push the agenda as well. They've adopted it and gone, yeah, I take that. Yeah, we're not going to do it. Yeah, we're not going to do it. And it's like, how are you so negative? We are top of the table. Yeah. Everyone else is struggling. So when we were struggling, it's the biggest meltdown. But some of our fans aren't cool, like the same energy for those clubs now struggling after winning titles and everything. So, and I know that's because they've won something. But that's the point. You want to sustain it. You don't want to say if Arsenal won a league, amazing. London's shut down. Cool. I'm there for it. But I want to be there or thereabouts every year. Obviously, we want our club to win it every fucking year, but that's not going to happen, yeah? I don't want to win it and then just go drop away again once every 20 years. Nah, I want to be there. And I feel like we are thereabouts, but I think a lot of fans just adopted that. But as soon as we start winning something, then move. Oh no, I can see the vision now. I'm Mr. Happy all of a sudden. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out, man. It's long. It's long for me. And I can't blame some of those Arsenal fans because they've been so traumatized. They won't admit it. They've been so traumatized by football. It's completely squiffed them. And then they just pull out all the stats and this and that. And they'll tell you some team in Germany, League 5 is playing some of the best football they've ever seen. So why can't we do that? And it's like they've answered their own question. They're playing in league, I don't know, whatever league down there. And I watch all this football and this, that, and the other. And really, you're missing a fundamental point. You're watching shit teams play against shit teams. So they look great because the space is all open. The games are all open, this, that, and the other. Nah. We're coming against it. Oh, why aren't we playing like a couple of seasons ago where we were really expansive, really attacking? Because teams respect us now and they sit in low blocks. Like if we know, it's like simple ball knowledge, and I don't know how people don't see it. Anyway, I'm waffling. I'm going way off because I've been going like 40 minutes, right? So yeah, that's basically. And I can't wait for the radio silence at the end of the season. When we win something, I can't wait for the radio silence. Even if we don't, it doesn't affect me that much to start barling. We'll see it in the season actually, but it's not gonna kill me. We move every season. All the cups get reset, and you get a chance to win something. Yeah, but we are there or thereabouts, and I can't wait for the radio silence. I can't wait for the popcorn at the end of the season to see what people's excuses are, and that's what it'll be. Oh, it took you long enough. Oh, that's only one in 20 years. Oh. That's what fans do. You know what it is. But anyway, that's my article part. And that was 38 minutes. Wow. Yeah, that was a long one. Anyway. So that was at 50 minutes. We're at 38 now. So yeah, 58, 38. And then we'll just go through the matches so far. Let's move on now. Let's put that to bed. We won't talk about that anymore because I waffled on for way too long. I don't even know whether to reset the video actually. Nah, we won't. Right, so first game of the season, Man United. We're gonna go through all the games now. First game of the season was Man United. Wasn't the best performance, but we got the job done. Set piece FC, we love it. The Leeds 5-0, Timber 2, Saka 1, Gyökeres gets his goal, second game of the season. Liverpool was where the criticism started to happen. Oh, why didn't we play a bit more open? You're at Liverpool away, and they won by a free kick, like a worldly free kick. It is what it is. And everyone was singing their praises until they started losing. Now no one wants to even talk about how bad they are. But they were talking mad on us for losing that game. It's a mentality. Oh my God. Forest 3-0, a blamming. And then we had to go away to Atletico where we did play that midfield again, but it worked. This is what I mean. It worked. The Arsenal Man City game 1-1, and we completely dominated Man City. Erling Haaland, he doesn't get fluky goals. He scores. If you give him half a chance, he's going to score. And he's proved that this season. And I've noticed that with a lot of players this season. They've had to put the club on their back. They've been told to step up. And he has risen to the occasion. What a striker. What a player. He gets that early goal 8 minutes in. I think if we lock him out for 15 minutes, they shut up shop like they were. And I've never seen a Pep side scared like that. That was nasty. But no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to talk about it. But when it was Arsenal, with our meaty squad, you know, no world-class players in it. Oh, and 10 men. Oh, Mentality's all gone. Do me a favour. You're making it up as you go along. Port Vale, light work. Wasn't the best result. Eze got his first goal there. Newcastle was a massive turning point where I started to believe this is the one. I thought it against Man City. Really, I was thinking, okay, these guys don't want to play us. This is Man City. Yeah. Liverpool didn't look that good at that point. I thought, okay. And then we got the draw. It's like, that's meaty. But it's like, yeah, we scared them. They'll be better now, but... And then that Newcastle result was a massive one for us. We dominated them up north. We dominated them. Should have had a penalty, yada, yada, yada. Cool, get the result. Olympiacos, light work. It's been light work so far. And then the West Ham result, again, that was one of the worst games of football I think I've ever seen. The way West Ham set up, they didn't want to play football. It was disgusting. I was so ashamed. I did a live watch along for that, and it was awful. Awful, awful, awful. Fulham, again, was a tough place to go. They nearly snatched a result out of us, but it was 1-0 us. Then the blamming of Atletico Madrid. Yeah, we're going to struggle. Yeah, all right. We ain't Liverpool. Yeah, we blammed them. We know this. We blammed them. Gyökeres got 2, let's be honest. And then the other one that was kind of worried was the Crystal Palace game. And we had a lot of opportunities, and it's just so fitting that Eze gets the goal. So, yeah, and then we're up to Brighton. I was a little bit worried about that one, but we just walked it. We walked them. And that was the Carabao Cup, sorry. Burnley, Arsenal, we won 2-0. Just, again, it's just 1s and 2s and 3s. Just get them done, get them done, get them done, get them done. If you want to play low block, okay, we'll play the system. Just get the job done. Cool. Slavia Prague, 3-0. And then the latest result was a Sunderland 2-2 draw. We should have won that game. A little bit of lapse in concentration. Probably a bit of poor communication. The first we've seen, kind of. That's resulted in a goal like that between Gabriel and Raya. I do believe a lot of people are making it out to be Gabriel's fault. I think it's more Raya's fault. He came for that and he's off his line and the ball just sails past. I think if he stays, he just a simple save for him to make. Simple save for him to make. But he was going for it. He didn't want to leave it up to chance. He went for it and he misses the ball completely. If that's the only mistake he's made so far, I can't hate on that. It's a shame that it cost us an extra 2 points, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, that's all our games so far. So it's that result, that Sunderland result, everyone was making a big deal about it. Like, we lost. The whole league loved it. It's like, we didn't lose, and we are still top of the table. And even if we did lose, we would still be top of the table. It's a mad one for me. Injuries this season have been a joke. I don't understand with all this rotation. I don't understand how these players are dropping. Maybe they're, because I see Darren Bent talking about it on the Loose Cannons podcast. And he was saying about some players do that. They come into the locker room and say, I can feel the pressure this week. I don't think I'm going to perform. I got an injury. And I'm not saying Arsenal players do that because they seem to be lengthy ones and it's always on international duty or some rubbish. Or we see the injury happening on the pitch. But I wonder whether there is a slight element of that. I want to be 100% when I'm playing for Arsenal. I don't want to be 90 or 80 because I don't want to be the one that leads to a goal. You've got the strength and depth. Use it. I'm not going to be here this week. I'm not 100%. And I don't quite mind that at all. I just think our injuries have been a joke. Something needs to change. Either we're not stretching right at the start of the game and our injuries happen. But a lot of these are muscle injuries, which is quite a concern. Muscle, hammies, like things being pulled. And it's like, I'm going to be watching these Arsenal players in the warm-up before games. And I'm going to be calling out these motherfuckers that ain't stretching right. Because if I see you come off an injury, I got a muscle injury, whatever. But again, there's just been a lot of it. And I don't understand why there's such this high level of injuries. The Gabriel one, we couldn't help. Apparently, he felt something in the warm-up. I'm not sure how true that is. and they still played him anyway. I mean, they could have just played him first half, but I guess the injury probably happened during the game, and it progressively got worse for him. I think he probably felt a niggle, but he's like, I'm at the Emirates. My family's here. Brazil, let's go. But it's something needs to be addressed. I don't want to have my full squad side at the end of the season when everything's done and dusted. Like, nah, get them now. But this is why we got the strength and depth. There's no excuses. I'm not making excuses because I know we got. I'm just saying there's something needs to change because these injuries are a joke. And not as much as Tottenham. Tottenham have got some big injuries, but we seem to have more starting 11 players out than any other team. But we got the strength and depth, so I still expect us to beat Tottenham. I still expect us. Okay. So yeah, it's a weird one, but we got that strength and depth. We were going to talk about. We'll run through it a little bit on Andrea Berta and how he's changed the football club so far. You can see the level. I said this when he at the start of the season with the Mad Waco and well, it's because my guy gets deals done. He's not waiting till the last day. Then we got to pay 5-10 million more for Mad Waco. I know it's only Mad Waco, whatever you think about it, but my guy gets deals done. He pits off two signings off against one another, and then he'll get whatever he wants. Right, the guy, he should have been in our club a lot sooner, and I believe he's worth at least 6 to 9 points each one of those seasons because of the signings he would have made, and he's proven it this season. He's just got numbers through the door and go. What your problem is, guys, is you don't have any backup. Yeah, you like your starting 11, but half the time they're not here. Here's a load of guys. If you don't deliver it this season, Arteta, don't blame me if everyone's on your back because I've given you every resource to go and win something. So, big up, Berta. And Arteta, I think he needed Andrea. I think this is the partnership that's going to see, hopefully, our football club stay at that level and even just keep creeping up the ladder, keep creeping up. And now we're going to go on to a quick fire kind of. This is going to be off the top of my head. We're not going to take too long on this, like I've taken an hour-long video. But we're going to do player ratings of every Arsenal player that we've seen so far. Whether it's appearances, and I'm judging them off their level, okay? Their level alone, and like that. I'm not going, anyway, we'll get into it, and I'll let you decide. So I'm going to go Christian Norgard. I'm going to give him a 6. He hasn't had starts, but when he's come in, he's 31, he's come in, and he's just seen out the games for us. Exactly what he probably come over to do and start a couple of games. He's done that job. He hasn't been a problem. I'm going to give him a 6. Leandro Trossard was injured at the start of the season, comes in. He does frustrate me the way he plays. He can't beat a man, but he has scored critical goals. That's what you want at the end of the day. I'm going to give him a 7. I'm going to give him a 7 on the level of where he should be at. This is what I expect from him. So he gets a couple more marks because he's scoring critical goals and turning us in a little bit. So I'm going to give him a 7 but I think he can give us more. Kepa, he did a good job when he's coming. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. It's just is what it is. He hasn't played a lot. Cool. It is what it is. Zinchenko somewhere else. We don't really care. Martin Odegaard. I'm going to give him a 5. And he's been tormented with injuries. He hasn't fully made it back yet. But I got to give him a 5. Sometimes when he's been playing this season, he's not been the best. We know that. Cool. Move on. David Raya. I'm going to give my man a 8. 8. He would have got a 9. But that mistake, that cost us 3 points. So it is what it is. 8's not bad at all. 8's not bad at all. He's been solid. He's how many clean sheets now? I don't even know. Crazy. Mikel Moreno. I'm going to give him a 7. No, I'm going to give him an 8, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he is one of the best squad players, I think, in the world. Call me crazy. Definitely in the league. One of the best squad players in the world. He plays in midfield. He's not world class in midfield, but he does a job. If you've got the right cogs around him, like any player, he'll do a job for you. And then the guy goes up front and he bangs goals. It's one of the best squad players in world football right now. I don't care. I'm not saying he's world class. I'm saying he's one of the best squad players right now. And I'm going to give him a solid 8. I'm going to be fair and give him an 8. He's done a solid job in midfield at times. Yeah. And even with that midfield 3 that we went defensive, Rice, Zubi, and him, Moreno. But he's done a decent job. So for me, it's an 8. It's an 8. He scored some critical goals. The Newcastle goal, what a header. He does it a lot. So I really rate him as a player, and I like him as in my squad. I talk too much about him. Gabriel Jesus. I've got a lot of opinions on Jesus. Every time he gets fit again, he pulls up with another injury. He's got to prove to me now. I mean, like I'm anyone, I'm an Arsenal fan. He's got to prove to me now that he's been worth anything, because he's been worth nothing. He had one half of a season. That's it. And I fell in love with that player, even when it was a Man City. I thought, wow, what feet, what this, what that. We're paying this man how much money? He's done nothing for my football club. Really, at the minute, he scored a couple of goals. That's it. So I can't really rate him off this season, so I'm going to leave that one there. But when you get back soon, brother, I expect levels. And I'm telling you, I expect levels. The same energy that Havertz gets, the same energy that Moreno was getting up front, the same energy Gyökeres is getting up front. You get the same energy, my brother. You've been at the club long enough now, okay? And you know how to play ball. 28 years old, okay? That's just, whoa, 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 whoa. Victor Gyökeres, I'm giving Gyökeres... I'm going to give Gyökeres a 7. He's been good, but it's not entirely him. He's had a couple of games here and there, getting back up to match fitness, but he's there now. But I'm going to give him an even 7. He's kind of dropped down. Last season it would have been a lot higher, but he's kind of dropped down. So I'm judging him off his own performances, okay? So that's why I'm going to give him a 7. Declan Rice. Declan. I'm going to give him an 8. I'm going to give him an 8. Enough said. He's just a fucking absolute warhorse in midfield. Progressing. He does I've noticed a bit this season. A couple of his passes do go astray, but it is what it is. He's playing well. We're top of the league. So this is why you get those extra bumpy marks, okay? Kai Havertz, we can't really judge too much. But even in preseason when he was coming in, I'm just gonna give him a 5. Let's shut up. It's not been there yet. Ben White, 5. When he's been coming back to more full match fitness, and you know, some of the rust in his locker with some of the stray passes, I've seen that as well with him. So it's Jurrien Timber, 8. He has been an absolute actually 9. He's one of the best fullbacks in world football right now. He's scoring goals. He gets GA. Let's not forget that. And he's an absolute bully. He's a monster. And he reminds me of Skelly reminds me of him. The way they protect the ball and just work their body around a player is just unbelievable. Eze, he gets a 7. He's done some decent work, but his levels has not been met yet. So it's an easy 7 for me. He scored some goal. He scored a goal or 2 for us. Couple of assists, important assists. But his performances overall haven't been the best. So I'm going to give him a 7. Gabriel Magalhaes. Straight facts, 9. I would give him a 10. But there was a bit of a bozo moment in the Newcastle game. And he's doing it a little bit this season. But the guy is the best defender in the world right now. And to lose him, any squad would flop. 28 years old. The GA is just nuts this season for him, and his clean sheets are just amazing. So he is probably our best player of the season so far. I'm gonna go for a solid 9. If I could give him a 10. Ricardo Calafiori, I'm gonna give an 8. He has been pretty solid. I was a little bit worried at times. I thought, oh, he's not as quick as Skelly, and sometimes if a player beats him like Salah, he might get cut up here. But he pocketed Salah in that game, and I think overall he's had a solid season. This is the level that we kind of expected from him, if not even more. And he's only 23 years old. Let's not forget. Nuni Madueke, when he did come in, I'm going to give him a 7. He was doing a lot. He was occupying the ball, occupying players, but no GA. So you're just going to get a 7, brother. I want to see you strong, fit, coming back. Saka. Saka for me is dropped his level a little bit, but he's coming back from some really lengthy injuries. So I expect that. I'm just judging him on his level previously. I'm going to give a 7, but that's a lower 7. We know Saka, he's already tipping back up. So he scores what I got. And that's no hate on my boy. I just know his level. And he knows his level. He hasn't been fit. He hasn't been there. So I'm judging him off that. Okay. William Saliba. I'm gonna give Saliba a 7. Again, pretty even score. Solid at the back. He has had some bozo moments. And then that Liverpool one where he wasn't fit to start, but he wanted to start, and then he had to be subbed off 5 minutes. That's a call you've got to make yourself, brother, and go, I'm not fit. No, because you're going to have to make that early sub, and it's going to change the momentum of the game, the confidence. So that's what he's going to get from me. Martinelli. I've criticised him a lot this season, but this season he has come on. He gets a 7 from me. He scored some vital goals. He's getting in and behind. And I think you're going to see a bit more from him and Eze together, because Eze likes those kind of balls over the top. And he's done well. He's done well. He's injured at the minute. Him and Trossard have been fighting position. I'm actually starting to prefer... I know it's a difficult one with those two idiots, because you kind of wish you could merge their talents together a little bit. But one's quick and can just beat a man, and he offers you that in and behind ball if he can finish. And the other guy can finish, but he can't really beat a man. He'll beat him and then turn back on himself. So it's what it is. Martin Zubimendi, a solid 8. Start of the season, he was a bit shaky. He was getting used to the league. I would say solid 8 this season. He's been pretty tidy, and he does the work that no one notices. That's the thing. If you're watching, he's making a lot of these cutting passes, like he's cutting out the passes and stuff that are moving us around. He progresses quite well and just knocks the ball on. And Cappy, I haven't seen too much of him, but he's looking all right. He's looking all right. I think we'll probably see him in the Tottenham game. I'm going to give him a 5 because his levels hasn't been met yet. He hasn't really given a proper opportunity to meet those levels. Mascara, he is the real deal. I'm going to give him an 8. He gets an 8 for his work in what he's been doing. As he's coming on, he's filled in. Liverpool. Whoa. Is Saliba off, is he? Oh, okay, cool. Wanyeri. He's been mid. And even the opportunities that he's come into the Arsenal squad, it's been pretty mid. So I'm gonna give him a 5. He scored a couple of goals here and there. But every time I see him come on, when we've had to take Odegaard out and put him in, he's not really done a lot. And this is where I talk about young players and giving them time to flourish. We can't put the pressure on them straight away. Let them just play football. Skelly, again, not too many opportunities, but when he has been in, he's looked shored up, and he's a 7 for me. He's just class. He just oozes class. So yeah, I think that's pretty much. And Dalman, I'm gonna give. And this is no disrespect to him. He's a young man. I'm going to give him a 5. He looks brilliant on the ball, but there's still levels to go, my young man. There's still levels to go, and I'm happy to watch you do that. It's not a 5 going, oh, you need to improve. Nah, you've got time to improve, my guy. You've got all the time in the world, and I'm here for it. Okay, I'm here for it. And that's pretty much all of our players, okay? And we could throw in a couple more in there, but we won't. That's the way I put it. And I think our player of the season so far, at the start, it was a toss-up between Timber, Calafiori, and Zubi. And now it's just looking like head and shoulders above the rest. Gabriel Magalhaes. He is absolute beast. I'm so sad we We just got the news he's going to be out for 4 weeks, which it is what it is. But I think over these next couple of games, we've got Tottenham, Bayern, and Chelsea. I don't even mind. I'm not saying I want to throw any game, but I think if I have to pick one of those games, I might not feel the strongest side is going to be the Bayern Munich game, just because we're secure in the top 8. So losing a game, it's not going to mean anything. So I'd rather keep winning in the league now and keep the pressure on to everyone else. And the title race as a whole. We could talk about Man City a little bit. They're starting to find their form and they're starting to nip at our heels. They love to do that and it gives them confidence. But I do believe if they lose and we win any of these weekends and it stays the same point gap right as now, and then we win again, they lose, then their heads are gone. Their heads are gone. And I think if Haaland gets an injury, not wishing it on him, if Haaland gets an injury, I feel like it might be pretty much not game over for them, but you're going to see him drawing a lot more than you do already. He is an absolute machine at the minute. Liverpool, oh, if we're winning, it doesn't matter how we're playing. Yeah, okay. Now you drop off. Let me see you. Don't hear anything anymore. You don't hear nothing from them. Way down there. So I do believe that they're going to come back. Of course they will, but do they have the bozo gene in them? I think so. I think they've got the bozo gene in them this season, even with Isak back and stuff like that. They'll probably win the next game 2-0, and then it'll just be a bozo game or something like that. A bozo moment, and it's a 1-1 or something like this. Whatever. I still got to give respect to them in the title race because they are the champions. They are thereabouts, and they have been top of the table for the majority of the season so far. So, and we have to put Chelsea in that mix. Chelsea is still plugging away. They're not yo-yoing too much, but they already have the bozo gene. They're a great cup side, and I think they can get up for any domestic competition. But when it comes to the league, I don't think they can consistently do it every week. I think it's like the best way to explain Chelsea is like, you know when like a kid gets bored, like they're playing something, they're really excited, and they just get bored, and they just kind of play with it, and they're like that, like no. That's what I feel like the Chelsea. They're like young, and they just this is boring, winning easy, and we lost. Oh, okay, I just feel like they're a bit like that a little bit. Like you can get at them, and this is me talking before the game in a week's time. But they're a solid side. They get up for the big games. It's just the games in between. So for me, they are title disruptors at the minute. They're on that cusp of being title contenders, but they're more title disruptors. And they tend to have a little nibble and a bit of a say in a lot of these games. So, but yeah, that's been my season review. It's been an hour long. It should have been a lot less, but it is what it is. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just a nice little listen. Let me hear your thoughts and opinion in the comments. And if you could, like and subscribe to really help a small Arsenal creator. And I will catch you on the next one, guys. Peace.